Every night at 11:55 p.m., an old man boarded the city's last metro train. People saw him every day, but when the truth about him was finally revealed, it left the entire city in tears. The last passenger. In a bustling city like Mumbai, the last metro train departed every night at exactly 11:55 p.m. In the last coach of that train, there was always an old man sitting by the window. He never talked to anyone. He never looked around. He simply sat there, quietly watching the city lights pass by. Over time, regular passengers began to notice him. Some thought he was a millionaire. Some believed he was a retired officer. A few even whispered that he might be a ghost, but no one knew the truth. One day, a young journalist named Kabir decided to uncover the mystery. For several nights, he rode the same metro, observing the old man from a distance. Finally, he gathered the courage to ask, "Sir, why do you travel on this last metro every single night?" The old man looked at him and replied softly, "If you want the truth, come with me to the last station tomorrow." The next night, Kabir was ready. When the metro reached its final stop, both of them got off and walked to a small tea stall outside the station. After a long silence, the old man finally spoke. 25 years ago, my son worked in this city. One night, he was returning home on this very last metro. He paused, but he never made it home. Kabir's heart sank. The old man's voice trembled. We had an argument that day. He called me several times, but I was too angry to answer, and that was the last day of his life. For a moment, neither of them spoke. Then the old man continued, "Since that night, I've ridden this last metro every day. It feels like I'm reliving the final journey I never got to share with him." Tears filled Kabir's eyes. A few days later, he published an article titled "The Last Passenger." The story spread across the city. Thousands of people called their parents. Many ended years of silence and old family disputes. But the biggest mystery was yet to come. When Kabir returned to meet the old man again, the tea seller looked confused. "Which old man?" "The one who comes here every night after the last metro." The tea seller fell silent. Then he said, "Son, that man passed away 3 months ago." Kabir froze. "That's impossible. I was talking to him just last week." The tea seller said nothing. That same night, Kabir boarded the last metro once again. As he looked toward the final coach, he saw the old man sitting by the window. But this time there was peace on his face. The train stopped at the next station. The doors opened. And when Kabir looked again, the seat was empty. Forever. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And tell me in the comments, what kind of story would you like next? Funny story, horror story, emotional story, real life inspired story. Your comment might decide the next story.